Did you drink away your hose?
I saw them. They'll be sorry. Serves them right. It's somebody...
You having trouble with the Tachovites?
I'd say. It's time to get payback for all those shenanigans up there. You look like you might be good at that sort of thing. And since you're already here, why don't you help me out? Trust me, I'll make it worth your while. What do you say?
Sure. If there's something bothering you, I'd be happy to help.
Listen up then. Those naughty Tachovite bastards have this nice maypole in their village. They're so proud of it, you'd think it's a gift from the king himself. Especially Project. Nothing would teach them a lesson better than stealing it and putting it up on display here. Just to spite them.
So all I have to do is take their maypole and bring it to you?
Aye, exactly. But be careful no one sees you take it. It'll be even better if they don't even know it's missing. Besides, if they catch you, they'll beat the shit out of you. So be careful.
All right, I'll be careful. Thanks.
Excellent. But even if something goes wrong, don't go clobbering anyone over the head, understand? All I want to do is piss Project off.
You want to do what to him?
Piss him off. You know, mess with him. For stealing our maypole and our pasture. But remember, no violence, all right?
Of course. I wouldn't hurt a fly. You can count on me.
But go ahead and talk to Project. At least you'll see what an asshole he is.
What a nice maypole. It'd be a shame if something...
What?
Nothing. Really, very nice.
I'll say, the best in the country. Do you know why?
No?
Because it's the only one. We toppled the one in Zhelyov. They never saw it coming. Nobody gets the better of us. I don't think they're going to try anything, after that beating anyway. Even if they do, Henrik will raise the alarm and we'll kick their asses again. What would you like?
I heard you could use a helping hand at the forge.
I could. My last two hands, well, they're not worth mentioning. And what with the wedding coming up, the work is piling up. What do they call you?
Henry.
I'm Radovan. You should know, Henry. The blacksmithing isn't for everyone. Have you done it before?
Yeah. I basically grew up in the forge. My father was a swordsmith, and not just any. He even forged swords for the nobility.
For the nobility, eh? Well, that kind of experience will come in very handy for me indeed. As it happens, I have to forge a wedding present for young Lord Semine. A fine sword.
So you'll take me on?
Hold your horses. I'll have to try you out first. You could forge me a hunting sword as a test, so I can see if you can make a straight blade. That shouldn't give you much trouble if your father was a swordsmith, should it?
Sure thing. I can get started right away.
Great. Find some iron and get started then.
Iron?
You can't make a sword out of butter, but if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything from the chest in my forge. Fucking shavings. furnace is cold now. Give it a practice try. Some things, like swords, are too long to fit in the fire. You have to heat it up. Try poking it around for a bit. Now get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above it. Give it a pull. It'll work better. Tell the temperature by the colour, but you won't be able to tell when it's in the fire. You have to take it out from time to time and take a look. Try it out. See? That's exactly the straw colour we want. You've got talent, lad. Now heat up the whole thing. The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. Try moving the sword along the anvil so you can get the hang of it. Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times. See the sparks? That's the sign of a good strike. The more sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more, but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong you are. That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dolt could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other. Very nice. You're doing just fine. But when I say evenly, I mean it. A sword has two sides, like a lot of other things, including myself. Turn it over and continue on the other side. Nice. Now try forging it on both sides. The closer it is to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway. It's cooled now. You can't do it all in one go. You've got to put it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes you've got to go there and back all day. But it's all part of the craft. Now, get back to the forge and heat it all up. Come over to the anvil. See how it's taking on the right shape? That's how you can tell it's almost finished. Now, I've got a piece of advice for you. Hammer to a river. Hammer a piece to a beat. The work goes by easier. There you go. You've got it finished. All that's left is to temper it. And the sword will be done. The rest is just tweaking. Right. Let's have a look. Very nice work. Your father taught you the trade well.
He'd certainly be happy to hear that.
If you carry on hammering as well as you did today, you've definitely got a job here. Even so, keep in mind, it's all about making sure every strike does its job. That's why you can't let it get cold, or keep striking the same spot. If you work evenly, each strike falling right next to the last one, you can't go wrong. Got that? Or is there something else you want to ask about?
How do I know a good strike from a bad one?
By the sparks that fly up. And by the ring. It rings out with a different sound when you do it right.
Thanks. That's all I need to know.
You can sleep in the chamber by the woodshed. And there's a chest where you can keep your things. And of course, you can use the forge anytime you want. Any questions?
What can I do with the items I've forged?
Well, you can sell them. Though you probably won't have much luck around here. But I'll happily buy some of the nicer things from you.
Where can I get materials?
You can buy some essentials from me. But if you want to make a fancy sword with lots of ornamentation, you'll have to look elsewhere. This is just a village, you know. The locals ain't after luxury. And they can't afford it neither.
Where exactly is my bed?
At the side of the house, there are 2 doors and a wheelbarrow between them. You go in by the rear door, next to the woodshed, and you can put your things in the chest there. Don't worry, nobody'll steal them.
What now?
What do you think? You're not going to be idle. I'll find you some work to do right away. You're pretty good at swords, but what the locals really need is axes and horseshoes. Right, here are some simple drawings that show what they're both supposed to look like. And some iron. You can get down to it right away.
Just like that? You aren't going to help me?
Sacre, lad. I chose you because you already know a thing or two. I'm not going to look over your shoulder all bloody day. You take care of these smaller jobs. Forge away as long as you're able, and then sell it all. Once you've made some coin and feel like being out in the open again, I'll give you some more interesting work. What can I do for you? It's about those 2 idiot hands of mine, Venser and Franzi. They drove off with a cart full of goods towards Semine, and they never came back.
Do you want me to find them?
Just so. But more importantly, I want to know where my cart ended up, and especially the cargo. Go to Semine and find out what the bloody hell happened.
Those 2 hands of yours, Venser and Franzi, what can you tell me about them?
Can't tell you much. They're wandering laborers. I don't think they wanted to stay here with me for long, but these days I can use all the help I can get.
Were they suspicious in any way?
No, they worked hard. They ain't no slackers. And I can't say that about everyone.
Have you any idea which way they might have gone? I could have a look along the way. Maybe their cart broke down or something.
There's only one road to Semin that can take a cart. It leads from Tachov to Troskovitz, and then to the south. But I've got a bad feeling they got up to no good in Semin.
All right. I'll get right on it then.
Go ahead. And if you find that pair of fools drunk, kick their asses for me.
Gladly. I'll kick some sobriety into them. I heard you could teach me something.
For a few groschen, it's no problem. What is this about?
I don't have enough money. I'll come back later.
Quick! Go! Quick! Go! Quick!
Greetings.
Ow! Go! Ka! Ka! Ja! 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 Keep it up. Ja!
What's that sound?
You'll pay for that!
Christ!
Dead. And robbed of everything, just like Capon left him. And there's no trace of mutt. Oh, there's something lying over there. I hope it's not mutt. Oh, a nice bit of venison. And something took a good bite of it. Could mutt have been here? Mutt's nowhere around. Someone... must have taken him in. It's not far to the herb woman's place. Maybe I should ask her whether she's seen him.
Will you help an old woman, young man?
Have you seen a stray dog around? I thought he was dead, but he's likely still alive.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen any dogs around.
Oh, sucker. Do you have any idea where else he might have gone?
If I were a dog, I'd go to where there's food. There are plenty of fishermen around the pond, and they're always throwing out leftovers at the tavern.
Do you think he'd go and steal leftover food?
I don't know much about dogs. He could have run into the woods and started hunting. He wouldn't be the first or the last. There's a whole pack of wolves near Sameen these days. Maybe your dog's gone feral and is running around with them.
Thanks. First, I have to have something to pay back. Has something happened?
My daughter, Pavlena, remember her? She was here when I was healing you two.
I remember. What's wrong with her?
She's missing. It's not like her to be wandering around like that. She goes to Troskovitz to sell baskets, but she knows I can't manage on my own, so she never stays away for long. These old eyes of mine can't see nothing much. Pavlena has to take care of me. She's a good girl, that lass of mine. I'm very worried about her. You understand? What if something's happened to her? God forbid. I can't look for her myself, but you could. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I've no one else to turn to.
All right, good wife. I'll try to find Pavlena for you.
Thank you, Henry. If I was you, I'd ask in Troskovitz. That's where she was heading last time I saw her. And if she arrived, someone must have seen her. And you can look in the hut in her place in the loft. She keeps her things there. My old legs ain't up to climbing stairs, but you might find some clues there.
hear you have some problems with wolves.
You can say that again. Those fucking mangy beasts are eating my sheep. They take them like they were for sale at the market.
Did you notice an ordinary mutt amongst those wolves?
You know, there might have been. I didn't get a close look at them, but one seemed to be smaller and was a strange colour.
That could have been Mutt.
If I understand you, you're looking for your dog and think he might be with those wolves, right?
That's right. I'll have to find that pack to see if it's him.
I'll say, since you're already going after that pack, would you mind doing a good deed? If you kill those furry fuckers, there'll be a reward in it for you.
Why not? I can kill 2 birds with the 1 stone.
That's great. It'll be well worth your while.
I hope so. Where can I find that wolf pack?
I was grazing my sheep up on the slope last time, by the forked birch, and those monsters learned to go there. I don't take my sheep there anymore, for those fuckers still go sniffing around over there.
So we'll bring your flock up there again and wait and see if they come.
Are you fucking mad? I don't want to lose any more sheep. I think you just need some bait.
Not even 1 single sheep. I promise I'll look after it.
Well, I could lend you Ignatius. He's the stupidest ram I've ever seen. Or the brightest. Depends on how you look at it.
What do you mean? Can he do somersaults? Does he know how to count?
That'll be all I need. The only thing that little devil knows how to do is piss me off. When I want him to move, he sits still. When I want him to sit still, he fucks off to where I can't find him.
I know people like that.
Right. But you can tell a person to fuck off. But when it's a sheep, you're wasting your breath. And on top of that, you have to take good care of him.
So I'll take Ignatius and use him as bait?
Right. But he's so stupid he's smart. I'm certain he'll come back to me.
All right. I'll take Ignatius and go and have a look around that forked birch. Will he come with me, or will I have to lead him up somehow?
That bugger will follow you himself. Just wave a carrot in front of his face. He's mad for carrots. I can't even count the times he's rammed his way into my house to get some. I happen to have one here. If you take it with you, he'll follow you around like a loyal dog. When you get to the pasture, just throw the carrot and then go and hide. Ignatius will stay there.
Where can I hide there?
There's a thicket across the road. But don't worry, if the wolves go after the sheep, they won't notice you. But you'll hear them from far away as they get closer. I don't know anything more horrifying than the sound of their damned howling.
Farewell, my friend.
I really need to eat something. Bit longer without food and I'll really start to be grumpy.
If you're going out in public, take a bath first. My regards. God, there should be a law against people stinking worse than animals.
I'd like to compete at archery.
Your first time, eh? I don't remember your face from any previous contests. What's it to be? Longbow or crossbow?
Bow, I reckon.
All right. I'll get everything ready and find some fellas. But first you need something to shoot from. Come back when you're ready. Arrows I can give you. But I want to see you carrying a bow. Got it?
I'd like to learn something.
What do you want to know?
I'd like to compete at archery.
What's it to be? Long...
Bow.
All right. Come back. Well.
A bit longer without food and I'll really start to be grumpy. Oh, so hungry I could eat a horse. What happened? You look worried.
My husband Vostatek left to go hunting and hasn't come back. I'm worried that something happened to him. He's von Burgo's lead huntsman, and the forest is full of poachers these days.
Maybe he just got caught up somewhere.
Not a chance. We're invited to young Lord Semin's wedding. He wouldn't dare miss that by wandering around the woods for so long. What would Lord Semin think if we didn't show up? It would be a disgrace. He sometimes loses track of time out in the woods, but I've got a really bad feeling about it this time. One time, Vostatek didn't come home for 4 days after his horse broke its leg in the woods. I had a feeling right away that something bad had happened. And I have that same feeling now. Do you reckon you could help me?
Do you know where he might be? Where's his hunting ground?
In all the forests here around Vidlak Pond. He didn't tell me exactly where he was going, but maybe Vitek knows.
Vitek?
Our son.
Does that happen often? That he gets lost in the woods?
He disappears for a while from time to time when he gets orders from Lord von Burgo. And besides that, well,
What is it? You can tell me.
he drinks a bit sometimes. Then everything takes him longer. His job isn't easy, so I understand when he does, and I don't get upset with him.
Well, I drink a bit myself, and I've plenty of reason to. I reckon we'll get along.
Like I always say, Vostatek can find friends anywhere.
So your husband got lost when he was out hunting, and you want me to go and find him?
I'd go myself, but Vostatek doesn't want me going to the woods on my own. He says it's dangerous. But you look like a fearless lad, and I'll be sure to reward you for your efforts.
All right. I'll bring Vostatek back to you.
Thank you. I wouldn't send you if I didn't think it was necessary, but I have a really bad feeling about this. Before you leave, please make sure to talk to Vitek. Maybe he'd know where his father was headed.
All right. I'll let you know as soon as I find something.
Be careful out there.
See you later, my friend.
Good day to you. What would you like?
I'm looking for your father. Did he mention where he was headed?
Ma talked you into it, didn't she? I'd be willing to bet he just got wasted as usual. He's nothing but a drunkard. It's no secret.
Do you even realise what's at stake here? The woods are a dangerous place. Do you really want something to happen to him? Your mother would be a widow, and you'd be an orphan. Who'd take care of you then? As soon as Lord von Burgov found a new huntsman, he'd have him move into your cottage, and you'd have to leave. Or do you have a sack full of groschen stashed away somewhere, so you could go and buy a new house in Prague?
Kurva, all right, shut up already. I'm not stupid. Father may be a drunken bastard, and living with him is a chore. But Mother still loves him. I'll help you, but only for our sake.
Where did he go? Tell me.
The last thing he said was he found a dead deer near the pond, and he wanted to go and see if there were any wolves about. So I'd go down below the cottage, walk along the shore, and then turn north into the old forest. If he didn't get boozed up and forget, that is. Wouldn't be the first time.
Shouldn't you be looking for your father? You can come with me.
Ha! Forget about it. I'm sure it'll end with you dragging his drunken arse home anyway, and I'd rather avoid that.
Be that as it may, I'm going out to look for him.
No need to rush. At least it would give him time to sleep it off and come home on his own.